Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to our 0 to 100% Slay the Spire series, where today we are going to be playing as the third classic character in this game, the Defect, and we're going to be we'll see how far we get. We'll try to do one solid run. If we get killed early, I'll do another run. If the run goes long and we don't make it, well then so be it. But we do have unlocks to get as the defect. So hopefully we at least get something, right? Hopefully we at least get a little bit of something. And we do get a blessing. And I guess because we've never played as the defect before, we don't have a lot of things we can do. So I'll just get max HP. Seems good. Because I think we would have to reach the first boss as the defect in order to be given any special options. So, what does the defect even do? So, let's see. The way the defect works, I guess it's best explained in combat, and to be perfectly blunt, I don't remember it off the top of my head. So, what does Zap do? It channels one lightning. Channeling an orb puts it into your first empty slot. If you have no empty slots, your first orb is automatically evoked to make room. Dual cast will consume my rightmost orb and evoke its effect, which is not a thing we can do right now. However, let's just channel and see what happens. That gives us some more orbs, and let's, I guess, kill let's kill the thing that's trying to damage us, and then our orbs do some damage. Lightning damage, and now we are licked, and we should be getting our dual cast, which will evoke our next orb twice. Alright, let's do that, which does a good amount of damage. Not enough to kill, and the strikes also will not be enough to kill. However, we can double block to make sure we don't get any damage. And our turn. He takes a bit more damage, and we can win in a number of ways, I guess. Let's dual cast, and let's just go like that. Alright, so this orb situation is going to take a while for me to get used to. I could just look up guides, but I want to see if I can figure it out for myself. I have watched playthroughs of Slay the Spire, but it's been a few years since. We'll take a potion just because we have no potions. We'll add a card to our deck. Genetic Algorithm is a scaling card that gives us block, which might not be a bad idea. Beam Cell applies vulnerable and does damage, and also does like has zero cost. So what sort of build do we want to go to? Let's try let's be safe. Let's just try Genetic Algorithm, and we'll see how far we get. I guess we just gotta get into another combat, and let's maybe Zap And dual cast. That does 16 damage. And I guess we just do some more damage. Alright. So now I think he's going to be trying to do some damage to us. Let's just do genetic algorithm and get one block, I think. Then we can defend to get more blocks, and then just... because now we're blocking all the damage. Punch you, we'll do a bit of damage from our orb. Alright. I guess we could zap again and then dual cast. Should kill him. There we go. Gain block next turn, gain energy is an option. Gain energy for every 4 cards in your draw pile is an interesting idea. It might be a bit too fancy for something to pick on a first defect run. Gain block, channel frost. So frost orbs gain block. So what do lightning orbs do? Damage to random enemies. That's interesting. Let's let's actually skip these, because I am not convinced I would know what to do with them. So let's just get into some combat and see what we can do. So we're taking 7 damage, so let's just take genetic algorithm. Eventually that alone will be able to give us all the block we need. So one more defend will make sure we take no damage, and a strike on, I don't know, you, I guess. And then defend. And then we do a tiny bit of damage from our thing. So we can channel some more lightning and then evoke, which consumes it, but it does its effect twice. And now if we defend, we don't have enough block to get through all of this, nor do we have enough damage to kill him. Alright. So at the start of combat we get 1 lightning, so maybe we just focus on lightning and finding ways to make that better. Could be a way to go. So we took 1 damage from that. So if we evoke this, then we have no orbs, right? Or yeah, okay. Makes sense. Whenever you play a power card, channel 1 lightning, or do we have power cards? Not many. We have 2 skill cards. Maybe we focus on skills and we do cool-headed, which gains us block. Or we take streamline. I don't know about that. I feel like that takes our build into a different direction. Let's maybe take cool-headed as a way to just channel something different and give us a bit more control. So let's find some potions. Um, Smoke bomb is an interesting idea, and drawing cards is also an interesting idea. And I'll skip the armor. Whichever way we go, we'll get an upgrade spot next. So let's try to maybe get more cards going. Now, he is doing damage, so we will use genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm plus... one block will mean we take no damage if the frost orb works the way I think. So let's end our turn. Yeah, so we do get 2 block, and then we block all of this damage. So frost orb is we could just block, or block, attack, and then hopefully we'll have enough damage to kill him. Sorry, enough block to avoid taking damage. So we'll just do a strike, I think. You know what? We're gonna have enough block, hopefully via a genetic algorithm. And if we can thin our deck, we can make sure we get it very regularly. So let's channel some more lightning. We'll do 1 defend. And now we'll strike. Yeah, I'm thinking it was a mistake picking up the frost orb, but it's early on. It's early on. So we could evoke an orb to make room for another orb, or we could just let's just do the damage, and we can do, if we do frost orb plus defend, it's not gonna be enough. Well, we could just strike him twice, right? Yeah. Why am I complicating things? Let's just do it this way. Excuse me. Dexterity improves block gained from cards. I don't think the block we gain from orbs counts as being gained from cards, and I don't think we want that. Channel 1 random orb, or should we just take streamline? Is that a thing that we want? Let's take beam cell. It just seems useful. Right, now let's start upgrading. Dual cast, we could just make it 0 cost. That's an option. We could improve genetic algorithm by... You know what, let's improve genetic algorithm early on. We'll make this the cowardly block everything we can build. But we don't get we don't get enough block the first time around, though. That's kind of sad. We can kill one of these guys, though, right? If I just strike. And maybe just defend. Okay, we're gonna take some damage here. We're gonna take some damage here, but it's early on in the run. Okay, yeah, I'm not good with the defect. I mean, this is my first time playing it. Okay, this is a good chance to use genetic algorithm. And all we can do is really strike. Block will make sure actually no, we'll still take damage. Just because they're doing so much damage to us. Okay. I think taking the Frost Orb was a bit of a mistake. So it's possible that we're gonna end up having to okay, that's hilarious. I guess we've got to do this. I might have to just remove the frost from my deck. Or should I just start a new run? It's early on that I can just start a new run. But no, we've made some progress on genetic algorithm. We'll try and make this run work. To get a second genetic algorithm, maybe? Yeah. And then should we just immediately upgrade that one as well? Sure. I don't foresee this run going well for us, but you know what? It'll be okay. So this path gives us 2 upgrades. Beam Cell is now much better, so that's pretty good. So let's upgrade some more. We could make dual cast free, or we can make zap free. I think that's just a good idea, making zap free. And then eventually making dual cast free. Alright. That's a good idea. We could do block, strike is really all we can do. That's the most amount of block that we can get. So once again, we're going to be taking a little bit of damage. Whetstone isn't really doing very much for us, unfortunately. We'll use genetic algorithm. We'll use beam cell. Excuse me, we'll use beam cell on you. We'll use genetic algorithm just to make sure we're using it. We'll dual cast. And we killed the one who was doing damage, but we were probably going to be fine anyway. We'll do some extra damage to you, and now I think we're going to be getting through this combat with no damage. So let's start improving this one. You're doing 10 damage. And you have a low enough amount of health that I think we might be able to kill you. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we need to get rid of... Unfortunately, I think we need to get rid of... You know what? We'll take this. We might get more power cards later on. But yeah, I think I do need to get rid of the Frost Orb. It's just not... It's just not doing anything. And this card is also not really doing anything for us. So I'll do this. And I'll do a bit of this. And I can do this to make sure I don't take damage. Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of damage, because that other genetic algorithm is not really doing very much for us. Because we need to upgrade it. Alright. Well, yeah, you know what? We'll do this. And that's more block than we need. And yeah, I think Frost Orb has to leave our deck, unfortunately. Unfortunate. But that's just how it goes. And hopefully we get some good powers. Alright, Beam Cell. We'll just kill you. And now we get our gold back. You know what, I'll take the Strength Potion in place of random colorless cards. Yeah, it adds it to our hand, though, and costs. You know, I'll keep the colorless cards. I'll get rid of draw 3 cards. You know what? I'm more likely to use draw 3 cards because the colorless, I would not know when to use it. You know, I'll get rid of draw 3. We'll maybe try to do something with colorless cards. Okay. All right. So another beam cell maybe could be good. Or do we want to have a let's maybe try and go for a thinner deck. So we'll skip the card. Alright, and we'll just improve the algorithm. We'll dual cast. And we'll do this just because we have it. But I think I'm gonna get rid of it at the first shop. Which is a bit of a waste, sadly. But 2 genetic algorithms makes me feel a lot safer. And I think we can just kill you. Makes the most sense. And it doesn't apply to itself in the first instance, because even though it is a power, at the time of its casting, the effect wasn't existing, so we don't really get that. But now if we cast it again, we would definitely gain some good stuff. Or I think we can kill you with a double strike. So we're surviving. Another strength potion. You know what? Actually, I don't think strength applies to our orbs, so I'll skip this. You know what? White noise could be a pretty good thing. So yeah, let's take white noise. Setting up a bit of a synergy. So we do storm first. Then we do white noise. Okay, that's funny. That's fun. Genetic algorithm is nice because it allows us to avoid all damage, and we can't do anything else. But I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So Channel 1 Lightning makes sense. Applying Vulnerable. So we're taking 10 damage. How much of that can we avoid? The answer is probably none. You know what? You know what? Vulnerable on you because we're more likely to potentially be able to kill you. So we play a power card and we channel, we consume our lightning and get a new one in. And now we block to see how much. Only 3 block is pretty bad. What we could do is reduce our damage a little bit and get a frost orb in, but how much block would we even get out of that, to be perfectly blunt? So let's just... Oh. Almost killed that guy. That's kind of bad. So we took a pretty bad amount of damage there. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card is actually not bad. Genetic algorithm will play, just to make it better. Okay, you know what? That's actually not bad. Now you're just dead. We can block most of our damage. Yeah, we need to make dual cast free, I think, is the lesson that I'm learning. Evoke your next orb. Channel the orb that was just evoked. That would be a good card to just get into our deck. Alright, yeah. We're gonna be taking even more damage, unfortunately. Gain 2 orb slots. That's fun. Do we want that, though? Can we kill this guy? He's not doing damage. You know what? Yeah, sure. Gain orb slots, channel more lightning. Hang on, where are we getting these skill cards from? I need to take a closer look at what we have in our deck. You know what? Ball lightning is interesting. A random power card. Oh, maybe one of our power cards for that one battle was just giving us more things. I mean, it's a way to get orbs. It's an attack. I'll take ball lightning. You know what? I think for our potions, I'm gonna get rid of the escape a non-boss battle. And I'll take the focus potion, and we'll use that for maybe a tricky fight. So we want to make dual cast free. And then we want to get into fight with the first elite. Make you vulnerable. We'll save white noise. There's a chance that this elite kills us, because he does do pretty huge amounts of damage, and we did not get our genetic algorithm. We'll dual cast and we'll strike, and then we'll take a absolute boatload of damage. Oh no, I think we stopped him from attacking. Alright. So now, does he have spikes yet? Or no, he doesn't. I don't think we can do any damage to him. Because if you do this, it just goes into his armor. And not quite enough. Now he has spikes. Now he has spikes. So now let's improve this genetic algorithm. Might as well do both of them, I guess. And I guess we'll channel some frost. No. I think I wanna not channel frost. I think I wanna just end my turn. I guess I could have attacked him, because even though he had Sharp Hide, we had more than enough block. Okay, unfortunately... Well, no, we can get most of this. Yeah, let's apply Vulnerable on him. And he's gonna deal a bit of damage to us, which is... You know, it is what it is. Alright, so how do we want to do this? Let's do that. We get another storm. Are now two of them active? Okay, I think that's good for us. If only we had more power. There's no way to convince him to not do this damage to us. Actually, no. We did put him back into defensive mode. Alright. So now if we get genetic algorithm, we can... Do I want to channel lightning? Well, first of all, how about we defend, and then we channel lightning. Or, yeah, you know what? We'll channel some lightning. And now we can see how we want to do this. Let's defend some more. How many spikes does he have? 3. So I think we still want to apply vulnerable and then dual cast is still worth it. And we won't strike him. So now again he's trying to do big damage to us. Which I don't think we can, in this turn, convince him to not deal that damage. So let's try and get his health low. As low as we can. Let's end our turn. Yeah, we didn't put him back into defensive mode, so... We are very low on health now. Vulnerable has worn off. So how do we want to do this? He's doing no damage this turn. Alright. He's not He has 20 armor. Alright. This is going to be very close. And so now he has Sharp Hide, and he's going to be doing a smaller amount of damage. Our genetic algorithms are just not showing up, it seems. So maybe we just defend. Defend. Do we even want to dual cast? Maybe we beam cell. Then we dual cast. Yeah, I think we really need to thin out our deck. Get some of the trash out, like some of our regular defense. So what's still in our deck? This storm is just not showing up, eh? It just doesn't want to show up. I think we can kill him. It'll be... It'll be very tight, but I think we can do it. Yeah, I didn't want to risk getting killed. Yeah, there's a lot of trash in our deck that we need to clear out. Creative AI or multicast? I think we go creative AI, adding even more stuff into our deck. During boss and elite fights, we gain energy is actually very important. We can no longer rest, but this would give us energy for all battles. I think we want this, actually. So now we really need to get to a shop to start thinning out our deck. And we can get to a shop pretty early here. Oh, that's amazing. That is actually very, very nice. You know what? That's just good. And I think we just block all of his damage. Chewing through his armor just very slowly. Do I want that? I think we just want to play... Oh, genetic algorithms exhaust. That's why we didn't get them right. Multiple times. We still want to play them. When we can to make them better. Alright. I should have known it was too good to be true to have a card like that. You know what? If we just focus, make all of our orbs better, then can't we just basically have a good chance of wiping him out pretty quickly? What if we do dual cast? We'll do dual cast and we'll see what sort of yeah, let's do a defend to get make sure we don't take damage, and we did okay. So now we are very interested in power cards. I think we skip. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that is just a, you know what? I think we take bird-faced urn. Seems like it is a must. I should have at least looked at the cards that we had. Alright. So now we still want to upgrade our cards if we can. Remove a card or upgrade all strikes. And you know what, let's upgrade all of our strikes and defense. Just go with a very, very basic build. I don't want to do this. Not on the defect, which is a character that I'm not very confident with. Do we want to keep cool-headed? I mean, we might as well, because it'll give us a bit of block. Yeah? Did a tiny amount of damage to him. Now he's gonna do a bigger amount of damage to us, and he's gonna heal. Well, that's very unfortunate. This is something we can do right now. You know what? That's pretty good. That's actually very good. And we can play genetic algorithm to make sure we don't take damage. Maybe we could have done that with just a regular defend. Actually, probably not. Probably not. Alright. Let's maybe do... You could just defend to make sure we don't take damage. Then ball lightning. No, dual cast and then ball lightning. Just to make sure we do more damage to him overall. And I think with this we can avoid taking damage. Yeah. Because our Frost Orb gives us armor. I mean, like, do we leave Frost Orb in? As a way of just getting passive armor every turn? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure how we're gonna make this build work, because We, the other problem with genetic algorithm is that it costs to play. Let's see if maybe we can just... do this. And let's see if we can... I thought maybe we would have had enough to kill him, but not quite. not quite. But we do channel more lightning. Defragment is pretty good, and I think that just kills him. Not quite. Not quite. That does kill him, though. 2 orb slots? Is that a thing we want? You know what? You know what? In place of random colorless cards, I'd rather take that. And then... deal 7 damage, draw 4 cards, discard all cards drawn this way that do not cost 0. I think I'm just gonna skip this. And I want to upgrade something. There's... we can make white noise 0 cost. To just get a free power to play. We could lower the cost of creative AI. We can make Storm innate. I think I want to start by making white noise 0 cost. Because we can get some pretty nice powers. But we also now need to make Storm innate. So now our genetic algorithms are good enough that we don't need to always play them. We should only play them when they're going to be saving us a large amount of damage. So we should treat them as... when we get them, we can avoid damage for a couple of turns. Do we play it just for the sake of playing it is the question, and I think the answer is no. Because they will still get better even as we play them, you know, periodically as we need them. Guess we just have to play this. And then double block. Just to save ourselves some damage. Pretty bad hit though. Okay. How do we want to do this? Zap. We play this. Just to gain that. I should also keep in mind that I can heal by casting powers. So maybe I should have played creative AI. Okay, I mean... sure. I think this guy's mostly dead. And he is indeed dead. Alright. I'll take a random card. Hologram is an interesting idea. Plasma is an interesting idea. Lock on, I think, is what I'll go for, however. Alright. This is gonna be the first real test. I think we just have to try for a nice early power, and lock on to you, I guess. So now our genetic algorithms are actually gonna be pretty crucial in this battle. But this will make sure that we just don't take damage. That also means we cannot play creative AI. But that's just something I'm willing to accept. Dual cast? Do we want to dual cast, or do we want to keep our orb for longer? We have other ways of getting orbs. Alright. So that was one of our 2 get out of jail free cards. We used genetic algorithm to avoid damage on that turn. We can do it again on this turn, which we should, because this is a lot of damage. And unfortunately, our damage is not being dealt in an orderly way. Oh, their strength is just scaling out of control. We might just get killed here. Like we have to start killing things. So strike will kill. I think strike defend has to be the way we approach this. Oh, it also, a cool-headed also draws a card. Is something that we should consider. So we're gonna take 16 damage. Hopefully we can heal some of it back. There's lots of cards we need to upgrade. Okay, you know what? We can just never play creative AI because I never have the right setup for it. I'm just gonna defend and hope that my orbs take care of business. Okay, that's good. Okay, is there any way for us to kill this thing? That was a power that I probably should have played, but then I wouldn't have been able to do very much else. So what do we do? I think we do strike defend. Do I even want a dual cast? Doesn't make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. Because we're gonna kill this guy. The problem is we lost a lot of health in the process. Yeah, there's too much garbage in our deck. And we're gonna add even more. No, we're not. I think 2 genetic algorithms is fine. Or do we take a third genetic algorithm to just start boosting it? I think I'll skip cards. I don't want to get into elite combat. But if I don't get into... So this will lock us into fighting 2 different elites. But then we would get 2 card upgrades. I think we just have to take the safer path. Maybe I should have gone along the left. But I needed the shop as earlier on as well. That's why I went this route. I think if we go down this path, it's just gonna get us killed. I mean, that's kind of good. I'll take that. Okay. The problem is these regular combats are causing us so much trouble. Beam cell, cool-headed, and defend. We'll make sure that we don't take damage. Should have probably done damage to this guy, who's now going to be gaining strength every turn, I think. But this is good. Once again, creative AI is not being used. Alright. Alright. I think we just have to lock on. We've got to channel some lightning. Hit the wrong target. Now we're dazed. Now, if we're lucky, we might be able to kill. No. Even if all our orbs had hit, I don't think we would have been able to kill. So that is a bad amount of damage that we just took. Oh, that is 33 damage that we're taking. We can... It's not as scary as it looks. Because what we can do is we can do this. And again, creative AI is not being played. What we can do is strike. And I could just play my second genetic algorithm. Or are you serious? He survives with 1 health, and we take even more damage? Oh god, okay. Well... Well, shoot. With this action, I should have done vulnerable first. Not that it would have made that much of a difference, yeah. I think this is a... And there was no reason not to strike there. Okay, yeah. I think this run is coming to a... an ignominious end. That's a word, right? It's coming to a very a predictable but ultimately very sad end, unless our orbs can do some good work, which they didn't. Are you serious, man? How long has this run been? Let me just check. It's been an hour. It has been an hour. Do I want to do another... You know what? Let's do one more defect run. Just one more. And we'll go into this a little bit quicker. Hello again. We... Do we want... You know what? Let's get a random rare card. And let's see if we can make a build around it. Your next power card is played twice. Early shop is not that exciting to us. This time, we'll go a little bit quicker. Right. So we can... Even if we defend twice, we're not blocking all damage, but we are blocking most damage. Alright. So we need to start getting our strikes out of our deck. They're not adding any value. Okay, and now we need to start getting power cards into our deck. Because Amplify only applies per turn. It doesn't stay in perpetuity. Alright. So this is going to be a very long episode. I'm doing this because that first run, it didn't feel like a great run. And, what sort of a build do we even want? We need ways to do damage that are better than what we had before. So I'm just gonna skip this. I'm gonna go question mark. Yeah, let's remove a strike from our deck. Let's leave. Yeah, we have this Amplify that is currently completely useless. Let's do defend, just to make sure... just to make sure we have something going on. And now let's try and get some nice action going on. This should just kill you. And then if we defend once, we can avoid most of this damage. If we had attacked him, I think we might have been able to kill him. Wait, how do we take... Oh, we took damage from the event. Right. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile is a very interesting idea. You know what? This is a good card to have. We need to, like, introduce good cards to our deck. And we need to get... if we defend... and do this, we can avoid damage. You know what? Finally, Amplify has some sort of value. So now we defend. And so every time we do take damage, we're channeling. Okay, so... So the problem is we would need to draw the Amplify on the same turn as we get whatever card we're trying to double. But the more... Overclock... Do we want to go into Frost Orbs? I don't know, maybe... Charge Battery doesn't seem bad. It's a way to do more on the subsequent turn. I think we want more chances to get good cards. We don't have Genetic Algorithm this time around. But we can do stuff like this. We can do a bit of this action. We can do this. That way we don't take any damage. Alright. Does Amplify Static Discharge make sense? Not in a battle against just one enemy. Defending does make sense. Dual casting... You know what? It actually does make sense. Because it is gonna allow us to do more damage overall. And then we should do this, because we're gonna get 2 orbs back anyway when he hits us. A consolation prize. Now he's doing 7 damage. What we can do is some more of this, and then strike, strike. And that might just kill him. Oh no, it's gonna get pretty close, but not quite. Snecko Oil. Randomize the cost of cards in your hand. Oh boy. Well, that's an interesting idea. Double your energy. Channel 1 Frost. I think I skipped this. We need to start upgrading our cards. I want to go a little bit quicker through this fight, because if we are gonna lose, I want to lose quickly. That doesn't make sense because we don't even have that many power cards. That is exciting to me. I'll confirm that. Do I want to go into an elite combat? I do want to upgrade. I do want to do some more upgrading. Okay. Perfect start. The enemy is asleep, but it's gonna gain 8 block. Do we wake it up? Oh. It wakes up if its block goes away, and it's stunned for a turn. Alright, so how do we want to do this? We want to charge our batteries. We want to defend. And we want to dual cast. Because we're going to be gaining some nice stuff. Alright, let's end our turn. And I think we do still want to make dual cast free. That's a lot of damage. think we have to defend twice. And that's a lot of damage that we did, but that's a lot of damage that we're taking. And I think we need ways to heal. Because, I think we've got him dead. Unless this is some really bad curse, or like really bad debuff. I think we've got him? Okay. So this is gonna give us a relic. And that's interesting. Multicast is an interesting idea. Beam Cell, I think, is what we take. No, this only takes more damage from attacks, not from orbs. So Beam Cell was not a good pick last time. There's a different card that causes enemies to take more damage from orbs, specifically. Multicast? I mean, it's a way of doing more damage. But the question is, would we ever use it? Like last time, what was that? That 3-cost card. I don't think we ever played it in battle, just because of X+1 times. I think we've got to make Zap free, and then we'll make Dual Cast free. Do we want to fight another elite? I think that'll probably end up getting us killed. I think we'll just take the every 10th attack that's useless. Make Dual Cast free. And the problem with our build is it depends too much on like getting a perfect first turn, which we cannot do because our deck is too... Man, are you serious right now? Are you... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that? Well, can we get through this combat taking fewer than 4 points of damage? The answer is no. The answer is no. We can defend a little bit. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. I get it. I get it. We're dead. I'm gonna do, listen. I'm gonna do one more run as the defect. How long has this video been going? More than an hour and 10 minutes. You know what? Absolutely last try. Absolutely last try. How do we want that? That was big damage, but maybe we should have opted to block instead. But now we can just punch this guy like this, and then he's dead. I'll take the flex potion. Gained 2 focus, lose 1 orb slot. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess we have to take genetic algorithm. Um, all right, let's be intelligent about this. Maybe we'll unlock some good cards by by I don't know, making some progress as the defect, but this is definitely not my wheelhouse. We don't we do have enough to kill because our orbs can kill him. Let's just make absolutely sure. If you got through that with no damage. Okay, barrage is what we'll take. I think we just, boring as it seems, we just gotta defend. One thing I'll do. I wanna make the, I wanna raise the game speed if I can. Can I do it here? Game settings. Fast mode. No. I don't want to save and quit. I just want to return. Okay. I mean, we got to start doing this. This will block most of the damage. Barrage will kill. And then the question is, how to make use of this to make sure we're killing people quickly. All right. I think a good zap early on is nice, and then we're gonna defend. We're not gonna be too aggressive. We're gonna try and be a bit more economical with our HP, but I think this is just gonna be a bit of a learning episode. Let's just make genetic algorithm better. We want to be intelligent about this, so let's hit you with this. Barrage. Because we need to kill somebody. Barrage on you? And then... Oh man, I was hoping that we'd be able to hit the right target. I guess that's what happens when you're relying on random target damage. I guess we just block. And we killed him. Okay, that's good. I'm not interested in that. Doom and Gloom, channeling dark. Or, let's take recursion. I think we can do some interesting things with that. Let's go for more combat just to give us more... Okay, interesting. So we do 6 damage. We... okay, this is not great. Alright, so what we can do is we can do a barrage. Let's just do... defend, strike. On you. Yeah. This is an awful combat to get into. Okay, this is actually going to help us out a little bit. Look at all this damage that we're about to take. Let's just kill you for certain. Okay. Yeah, this is still a pretty bad combat. We might need to, like, rest already. Which is... like, very sad. Alright. We have enough to avoid damage, so we should just do that. And I think we can just win, right? But it was a pretty annoying combat. Alright. More recursion. Wait, deals 4 each lightning channeled. I think I want a second recursion, and I want to upgrade recursion to make it free. And I want to do question marks. What? I don't want to lose more health. Yeah, well, I should have probably gone a different way. Would have gotten more upgrades had I done that. Guess we use genetic algorithm now, and then we just do a barrage, and then hope that we can kill the slime next turn. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I think we're just dead. I mean, we're not dead, but we, we didn't get into a favorable combat. So I'm gonna just try and go quickly. Defend. We might be able to kill you with this. Yeah, we will. Okay. Defragment is pretty good. Alright. Whenever you add a skill into your deck, upgrade it. Would have been useful earlier. I think I still want to upgrade cards. I want to make Zap, 0 cost. This is gonna be the death of us, so let's just do this. Oh, I didn't want to skip that shopkeeper, but we didn't have that much gold anyway. So you know what? I think we just take the heal. That's pretty good. We've got to upgrade some more stuff. Defragment. 2 focus is pretty good. Alright. And I think we just want to focus on... I didn't want to do it like this. You know what? Okay. What are the chances that we can kill him on this turn? I think those chances are pretty low, so maybe we just... but we don't gain block. Nevertheless, let's do this. Oh, we interrupted his attack. And you know what? Strike, strike, and that one is dead. Okay. Ball lightning is good. And we got through that combat without taking damage. You know what? This is a good sort of panic button card. I'll take auto shield. Upgraded auto shield is pretty good. So now I want to start... I don't even think genetic algorithm needs an upgrade really, so... Barrage could be pretty good. But I think we want to make dual cast free. No, before we make dual cast free, let's make recursion free. Alright. So he's doing no damage to start out with. We have a pretty bad start, but you know what? We'll figure this out. He's trying to do 36 damage. Alright, so good defragment, good zap. I think we want to... I just think we want to do it like that. Oh, that's awful. Auto shield would have been nice. I guess we just do this. And might as well use auto shield to make sure that we take absolutely no damage. And let's see, are we even... okay. Are we even going to be able to get past this boss? My guess is probably not, but we'll see. We should do it like this. And... recursion is pretty good, and this is pretty good. Eventually, he's gonna try to do a really big hit. Let's just do a barrage. And let's just do a defend. And I think we're gonna be able to channel some cards next turn, so let's maybe do that. Alright. Yeah, we can do this. And then strike, strike. And he's gonna try to do another pretty big hit pretty soon. You know what? This is a good time to do this. And then we just do ball lightning. He's charging up when all of those 6 fires are lit. I think he is gonna try to kill us. So the question is, can we kill him first? And the answer is... we have a good chance. Depends on what's happening this turn. Yep, he's gonna try to do a lot of damage. I think we've got him. Okay. Alright. Creative AI. Are we even doing random powers? Or like any sort of powers? Put all 0-cost cards from your discard pile into your hand. All for 1. How many 0-cost cards do we have? 1, 2... just 2. No, 3. 2 recursion and 1 zap. Could be a way of doing a lot of damage. Okay, you know what? But yeah, it would depend on the order in which we're playing. I don't think we have an... I'm just gonna skip this card. That's probably a mistake. Alright. During boss and elites gain combat, you can no longer smith at rest sites is very scary. At the start of each combat, channel plasma. And that means we gain energy. You know what? This, I think, is gonna help us out quite a bit. Right. Can we get past the... So what do we want? We got some gold, so shops are interesting. Oh, it's these guys. It's these guys. They're not doing anything yet. If we hit somebody 3 times, he's gonna collapse. But before that, he's gonna take very little. Oh, they take full damage from orbs. Are you serious? Look at all this damage coming in our direction. Luckily, we can do some pretty good stuff. This is not a good idea to do right now, so let's do genetic algorithm. Defend. And recursion is also not a good idea. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. That's some terrible damage. Alright. But we can knock this guy out of the sky, right? No, we can't. Oh, do we have to do that much damage in like one turn? Is that how this is gonna go? I think we just... Yeah, we just do that. And then we defend. And we did some more small bits of damage. Knocked him down. And now we can win. Maybe the nuclear battery was not a good call. I think we want to start thinning out our deck. This guy, alright. Well, I guess we start with this. And this. And now he's gonna try to do some big damage, but... I mean... Now I think we're interested in things that cost lots of energy. Like... really big energy costs. But we're getting a... The problem is dual cast is now not really a way of doing damage anymore. That's horrible damage. From your discard pile into your hand. You know what? Hologram, I think, could have some pretty good stuff. Okay, so now I want to start removing cards. How often are we going to play 3 attacks in one turn? I don't think we are. I'm going to do that enough to make it make sense. Lightning, Frost, and Dark. Is that exciting? Gaining 2 orb slots? I'll take... Bullseye? You know what? And then I'll take dig for relics at rest sites. Could have been interesting. I think we want to start removing just our strikes. Yeah. We still have gold, so I'll even take capacitor. And we don't have enough for rainbow. Alright. Nice. Defragment. I guess we just have to defend. And again, our health is slowly going down. Let's just kill you. We could even dual cast. Honestly, not a bad thing. So we can use recursion Let's use recursion. No, we don't need recursion. We'll just play genetic algorithm. We'll play the strike. We can do this to get more energy, I think. Let's just confirm that this is true. If I do that, if I put dual cast into my hand, there's obviously a good way to do this. If dual cast was free, and if I evoke this twice, and yeah, we just didn't have a good way of doing damage. I mean, I'll gain the orb slots just because I might as well. And this is just gonna... Okay. Yeah, this is a... This run is going... It's crashing and burning. Our orb slots not really coming through for us. Oh, was there nothing in our discard pile? Okay, well, we are we're basically dead. I'll skip that potion. Do we have any powers? We don't have any powers. All right. Draw 2 cards. I'm gonna skip these rewards, man. Okay. We are... There's no way to avoid fight with an avoid a fight with an elite. So what I'll do is lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength, transform 2 cards. I don't know, man. 2 strikes. What do we get? Put 2 cards from your draw pile into your exhaust and an unupgraded defragment. Okay. Well, can we get through this battle taking less than 8 damage? I'm thinking not. Okay. I mean, might as well. Double, or like 1 defragment. What? Wait. So have I selected defragment? I think I have. And, I don't know, lock on? No, it has to be a free card, otherwise. Does... I don't think that does anything, but it does put our lightning orbs at the top of the list, and we're dead. Okay. You know what? We got a new unlock. Retain your hand. Deal 9 damage. Okay, you know what? I tried my best. Actually, no, I didn't try my best. I just wasn't very knowledgeable about how to play the defect, and people watching this who know how to play this game are probably, you know, it was probably a frustrating video for you to watch. But what I'm gonna do is, in between episodes, I'm just gonna look up how do you play the defect. I'm not getting a good grasp for how to even like get past the first and second area. Clearly, there's some really obvious thing that I'm missing, because with the silent, there's some very obvious things you can do. With the ironclad, there's some obvious things you can do, and clearly with the defect, there must be like some really obvious thing that you can do to at least reliably get to the third area. So that's going to be some homework for me. For now, though, we're just going to end this episode, very long one, with no success other than we got past the first elite, the first boss, like once. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up, and next time I think we're gonna play a different character. And until then, take care.